Hello Aries, my name is Keith Haswell and I'm a professional astrologer with 40 years experience in the business and over 30,000 clients worldwide. It's my pleasure to welcome you to this video on your cycles for May and June 2014. I've already done the cycles, the major cycles for the whole of the year of 2014, and that's available. You can get the links from my website, and this one here is just looking at the more minor cycles, the cycles of the faster moving planets that do have impact on a week by week and a month by month basis. So you just sit back and relax, Aries, and enjoy the journey with me here. Before I get into your cycles, just a little bit of information to help you to understand the way that it all works, the way that astrology works. I'm very happy to see that you are interested in the science of astrology, and this can be a basic introduction to esoteric understanding and the spiritual side of life. After all, if the planets do have impact in our life, it puts intelligence into the whole scheme of things, and it means that the planets are not just there as blobs of matter, as science says, that it can have no impact upon human life here on Earth, but they are the hands of the cosmic clock, some sort of a cosmic clock, and that there's intelligence behind the whole scheme of things, and that these planets move around in the houses of our horoscope and precipitate events and conditions in our life. So it's very important for you to get a little bit of a grounding on what I'm trying to convey to you here, because I'm really into the consciousness side of things and the impact that these planets have upon your consciousness. And I want to help you to understand that there's more to astrology than meets the eye, and to have you want to delve deeper into things like reincarnation, because that's all tied in with astrology, and also meditation, that's all tied in with astrology as well, because it deals with the subjective side of life. But just a little bit about the way that the planets work. We are all living in a space-time rule set. We are all creating all the events and conditions of our life. We have all the raw materials there to be able to create this with our attitudes and our beliefs, our thoughts and our feelings, and our decisions and our choices. Through those decisions and choices, we are then brought to the utilization of our three tools. Nobody has any different tools, and those tools are our desire, imagination, and expectancy. What do we desire to happen? What do we expect to happen? And what do we imagine to happen? This is what will happen in our life. But this is what's happening, is that we are all having all of these thoughts and feelings all the time inside of ourselves on emotional and mental levels, and these are creating thought forms, and these thought forms are added to by repetition upon the same line of thinking. Life never works out for me, I'm a bad person, low self-esteem, problems with self-image, and so on and so forth. Shame and guilt and fear and anxiety and doubt and insecurity, and life is a financial struggle for me, and nothing ever works out for me. I'm unlovable. All these different ideas and thoughts that we have, and feelings and attitudes and beliefs that we have inside of ourselves, they are all creating these powerful thought forms, and these thought forms reside in our aura, and they are then triggered off into events and conditions that are in the likeness of those attitudes and beliefs and thoughts and feelings by the movement of the planets through the houses of our horoscope. So what I'm going to do is to tell you about the movements of the Sun and Mercury and Venus and Mars through the 2 months of May and June 2014. so that you get an idea of the type of influences that these planetary movements will have. But realise and appreciate that they are simply triggering off events that are incipient events there in your aura in the form of thought forms. That you are creating your own reality, and that all of these thought forms are coming to manifestation in life as conditions and events in your life according to laws that God and Goddess have put into place. So you just sit back and relax now and enjoy the journey with me as we go through the houses of your horoscope and the movements of these planets through those houses of your horoscope in May and June 2014 for you. What I'm going to do for you now, Aries, is I'm going to tell you on a sort of a timeline through the months of May and June 2014, a timeline of the type of events that you'll experience from these faster moving bodies of the Sun, Mercury, Venus and Mars. So I'll lay it all out for you in a timeline that makes it easier for you to follow. So you just sit back and relax, Aries, and enjoy the journey here with me now. Now, on the 1st of May, you have got the Sun in the second house of your horoscope, so there'll be a focus of your personality upon financial matters starting at the beginning of the month. Mercury is in the second house of your horoscope also, so mentally you'll be focused upon matters relating to your sense of security and your security needs. Venus is in the 12th house of your horoscope, Aries, at the start of the month, and that means that there'll be a love of a few secret worries perhaps about financial matters, a few secret worries about love matters, but there will be a tendency to want to be on your own, a tendency to solitude, and to experience the wonder and the magic of solitude early in the month. Now, Mars is in the 7th house of your horoscope, which is the house of relationships, so that it's bringing a bit of tension into the area of relationships for you and partnerships. And it is in a retrograde motion too, so it'll give you a tendency to want to dwell in the past quite a bit during the early part of the month. Now, on the 4th of May, Aries, Venus moves into the first house of your horoscope, and so that's going to make you a lot more outgoing on the social side of life. And these influences continue until I tell you any change that comes in these 2 monthly periods, okay? So you'll be more outgoing in your affections, Aries, in the period from the 4th of May onwards. On the 8th of May, you've got Mercury moves into the 3rd house of your horoscope, so there's going to be a tendency for you to want to communicate a lot more with relatives during that time. And you'll perhaps be wanting to go for drives in the car more and listening to music in the car a little bit more and things like that too. But you'll be more communicative for the balance of the month. Now, on the 21st of May, Mars stays in the 7th house of your horoscope. It's still there in the 7th house of your horoscope, but it does go direct. So in other words, it's not dragging you back into the past and arguing with your partner or your spouse about the past. It's starting to throw your energies more towards the future now, so you'll perhaps be wanting to plan things out with your partner or your spouse to get some new project going or something like that, a common interest. On the 22nd of May, Aries, the Sun moves into the 3rd house of your horoscope, and that's going to see a month filled with a lot more social activities revolving around relatives and neighbours. You'll be more of the centre of attention in conversation and communication during the whole of the balance of that month. Now, on the 30th of May, Aries, Mercury moves into the 4th house of your horoscope, so you're going to be wanting to do a bit of study around the home and quite a bit of reading around the home. There'll probably be a bit more involvement with relatives around the home during that period that's ongoing from there. And Venus moves into the second house of finances on that same day. So that's going to see you getting a boost financially and probably wanting to go out and spend quite a bit of money on luxuries and things like that. Now on the 8th of June, Aries, Mercury is in the 4th house of your horoscope, but it starts going retrograde. Now that's going to give you a tendency to dwell more in the past, and you're going to find that day-to-day activities like getting from A to B in the car and day-to-day plans and so forth are going to be thrown into a bit of chaos from there on. On the 18th of June, Aries, Mercury moves it back into the 3rd house of your horoscope, still in a retrograde motion, so all sorts of dealings with relatives and neighbours are going to go awry. And it's not a good time for entering into contracts or agreements when Mercury is in a retrograde motion. You'll have difficulties expressing yourself and putting your point across during that time as well. On the 23rd of June, Aries, the Sun moves into the 4th house of your horoscope. So that's going to see you being a lot more sociable around the home, wanting to entertain more in the home, and becoming more of a homebody for that particular month ongoing from there. You want to be adding to the feeling of belonging to a family unit there, so there'll be all sorts of activities with family. And then on the 24th of June, Aries, Venus moves into the 3rd house of your horoscope and remains there for about a month, and that's going to see a lot more social involvements with relatives. You'll enjoy getting out in the car and driving and listening to music in the car, and you'll enjoy getting out and about and circulating and mixing with relatives and neighbours a lot more on a social level during the following month. And that's as far as I go for you. Well, now that I've gone through these cycles for you, Aries, it's time now for you to really apply yourself to understanding more about the nature of reality and your place in that reality. You, Aries, are a powerful person, and you have a tremendous amount of will and determination in life to be able to find out more about the nature of reality. And my intensives are there for you. The first intensive is 12 CDs free of charge. And I'm happy to do so much work for you free of charge to help you to become more of the giant that you truly are, Aries. So delve into things deeply now. You've got now my website address, www.mysteryofsirius.com, and you can then put your application in for your horoscope, and I'll then send you all of the videos of mine, all of the CDs of intensive number 1, a whole lot of goodies there free of charge for you, Aries. So it's nice to have this opportunity to be able to talk with you, Aries. I look forward to working further with you as you participate more in your growth and development.